Questions today. My inbox has had a lot of messages from people asking about the new Aftershoot edits program. They've obviously just released their new lifetime deal, which seems to be incredibly competitive. So I thought I'd just run over quickly how it works, how I found it, because I've been working with them since their beta, just to sort of show you it in action. So this is the Aftershoot's program, and what you do if you haven't already done so is you create yourself a new profile. This is very similar if you've used Imagen AI, but just in case you haven't, you basically feed it a catalogue or multiple catalogues with at least 5,000 of your own edited images, and after that Aftershoot will do some magic crunching in the cloud and create your own personal profile, and based on that, that's what they're going to use to edit any future photos of yours. So I've already done this, so I'm not going to do this because it'll take far too long. As you can see here, I've already created one and it's got 14,000 images in. So what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll just create a new album. I'm not going to do a culling because that's another subject, but I'm just going to go straight into editing, and I'm just going to add an album I created earlier, which is called Aftershoot, cunningly enough. And it's just got a few test images that I've selected. Some have come from myself and some have come from my friend Marie from a wedding we recently shot a couple of months ago. So yeah, so basically I added it, I selected it. I can filter like just like other programs, I can filter based on what I want, but in this case I just want all of them. So, you know, 1, 2, 3. There you go, 25 images, that's all I've got in. So I'm just going to click edit. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start here on my stopwatch. You won't be able to see this. I'm going to stop on the stopwatch and see how long it takes to crunch. So 1, 2, 3, go. There you go. And I might pause this video and skip to the end so it's not really boring for you. Okay, so that actually took 38 seconds to do 25 photos. Unlike Imagen, all the processing is done on your computer. So obviously the faster your computer will be, the quicker it'll do these edits. The cloud is really only used for storing your profile and checking that you've subscribed and any latest features, etc. But yeah, the rest is done on your local computer. So yeah, so I'll just click on Review in Lightroom and hopefully it will open up Lightroom for me. I'm just going to move it over because it opened on my other monitor, which you can't see. And I'm just going to go in. As you can see, the previews are already redrawing. One sec, I need to relink the files. It's because I just copied it and renamed it. I didn't relink the files. So that's not a step you normally have to do. So ignore me on that one. Okay, so yeah, so here are the final results. And yeah, as you can see, on most of them it seems to have done a pretty decent job. Let me just close this down a sec. And I'll just quickly scroll through these, and I'll export these and upload them on the web so you can see, and I'll put a link to the gallery. But by and large, that's pretty good in terms of where I want them to be. That one's definitely not. And that's obviously something which might need a bit of, well, it will need a bit of manual editing. But that one probably want it to be a little bit, yeah, probably more like that. So, you know, like other tools, it's not perfect, but it does get you most of the way there. To the point where, you know, the white balance, I'm very happy with all the white balances so far. And then it's just a case of, yeah, that one again, I'll probably tweak down a little bit. But so far, so good. I'll upload these without any edits on so you can sort of see where we're up to on it. And then you can compare that with the Imagen one and see what you think. For those of you who used it, it'll be very familiar to you. I'm just going to, there's my Sony profile, which is what I've used on here, and this one's been trained with 21,000 images, so it has had more to train off, but hopefully you'll see that it's very similar. So I'm just going to create a new project. I'm just going to edit And I've also created, it's actually the same catalogue, I've just copied it. So it's literally a copy, so I've called it Imagen versus Aftershoot here. And again, I'm just going to select all of them and I'm just going to give it a name. So I'm just going to put Laura and Joe test because that's what it is. And I'm just going to choose the Sony A1 and A9. The other one is a talent profile, which I tested once, but yeah, I'm just going to choose my own profile for now. I'm not going to crop and straighten because I can't remember what I ticked on the other one. But here we go. It's going to cost me a princely $1.25 for this, which isn't bad. It's worth it for this test, I believe. So here we go. Click add, and yep, here we go. Upload. And now all my stuff will be uploaded. In fact, I forgot to start off the thing, so I'm just going to start it off now. And now it's got to upload all the way to Imagen's servers in the cloud somewhere. And once it's done, they'll edit these photos and then let me know once it's finished. So again, I won't hold the video open. I'll just skip forwards a bit and hopefully you'll see it. But it's working quite quickly already and I've timing it, so I'll let you know. Email back that it's ready to be downloaded, and that from the moment I started the recording, which was a couple of seconds late until I got the email message, it was 2 minutes 59 seconds. So that of course will depend on your internet speed and how busy Imagen's servers are, because all the computing is done up in the cloud. Just in the same way that your speed of processing with Aftershoot will depend on how fast your local CPU is. But so it's a bit of a variable, but even so, I mean, 3 minutes for 25 images. I mean, if you go back a couple of years, it was a no-brainer. So I don't think that's a particular issue. But in terms of performance, then in this very small test, of course, Aftershoot was indeed quicker. But it's not something that would, for me, make or break which I use. So here we go. I'm just going to download it, and I'll download the edits. And let's open the Lightroom catalogue and have a look what we've got here. Okay, and I've got the same issue where I just need to connect the files back up. 1937. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. And let's, hopefully by now it's done it. So yeah, we're gonna just skip through these, and I'm just gonna put it in development mode so I can see a bit better. And you know, I think they're very, very similar. I mean, I can't really see much of a difference. I think maybe you could say, I'll put the side by sides for you to compare, but maybe Imagen's is slightly better. They certainly nailed that one much better than the Aftershoot one. And the exposure on that one. That one's probably a little bit brighter, but I'll upload them all and you can see. And you can decide for yourself. But for me, I think, yeah, that one's slightly better. So the exposure is probably more accurate. But for me, I think they're very, very close in terms of, you know, the output. And the results are very, very close. So the decision I think you'll have to make is how much money would you save using one versus the other. Now, for myself, I'm shooting a lot of weddings, so the unlimited model that Aftershoot are offering is very attractive to me because I now have a regular fixed cost as opposed to getting these big bills in the summer and very little in the winter with Imagen. I'm averaging that out across the whole year. I don't have to worry about how many images I'm sending to be edited now. Versus, I think if you're not doing many weddings a year, then perhaps Imagen's pay-as-you-go model and the fact that at the moment they seem a little bit more accurate. It's not a completely scientific test I've done here, but certainly at first glance it does seem Imagen's results are closer to what you would want your final results to be. So yeah, hope that has helped you. Let me know what you think in the comments below, or just DM me if you've got any questions. Thanks for watching.